Hey, what up everyone? It's Michael Lawrence. I have been getting a lot of requests for me to do a reaction video to like some of Amberlynn's new videos, especially since we've hit this pivotal milestone of reaching 500 pounds. I didn't think she'd be able to do it, but she managed to pull it off. I mean, I shouldn't be that much of a bitch about it, but I do feel bad that she has gotten to this point, but it's hard for me to feel bad for someone knowing like where they come from sometimes and like knowing the shitty things that they do. And unfortunate for her, like she I'm like really going into this real fast. I mean, obviously you can see how like kind of triggered I am by this, but unfortunate for her, she gives us an inside scoop or like gives us some insight into like what her daily life is, and like I understand how she's at 500 pounds. So it's like I'm not that shocked. I'm not that like color me surprised or whatever. I think it's interesting how shocked she is, but there's just, I don't know, there's just been some things lately that I've just been like, whoa, like this is really happening. So I wanted to just kind of talk about like her latest couple of videos maybe. I think I'm just gonna pull some clips and I'm just gonna like talk about them a little bit. And I think that it'll be easier that way. Like doing reaction videos are like fun and everything, but like syncing them up and like doing all that stuff takes a long time. And honestly, like I'm not the best person at reacting to things. Like I've done some in the past, and some people may know my Crisco babes, but sometimes I just can kind of stare off, and like lately her videos have just been like pretty like blah, I guess. I don't know, like they're not that surprising to me. Someone who's been deep into this like Amberlynn Reid world for like a couple of years now, like I don't think there's really much she could do that would like shock me. And honestly, I become a really big dick while I'm watching the video. Like I say some pretty awful shit, and I think a lot of people do too, but it's like I don't really know if I want to put that out there on the internet like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like talk about her latest videos and just like my opinions on them. The first thing I want to talk about is the fact that she is now 500 pounds. Like I think that like I don't know why it's like now this is like she's officially 500 pounds. I mean, when you're 495 pounds and you're 498 pounds, I think I even said this in like part 1 or in my haters video, that like she's 500 pounds. When you're over 475 pounds, you're 500 pounds. Like that's just what it is. Like, and the one thing that I found that like it kind of triggered me is when she went on this like diatribe or like this tirade about how like if you're morbidly obese or you weigh 500 pounds, you have a food addiction.
People think I'm faking an eating disorder. You don't become 500 pounds from just loving food.
You are a food addict. That may not be the case for everyone. And I hate when she makes these sweeping generalizations that like anyone who's 500 pounds or is morbidly obese has to be like her. And like this is why she thinks that like people are 500 pounds. Bitch, you're sick. Something's wrong up in here. You got a tick. So like anything that she says is false. Like I just don't believe anything she says. Like she is the epitome of fake news.
You are fake news.
I have gone to a cognitive behavioral therapist. I've gone to my gastroenterologist. I've gone to my bariatric surgeon, who's helped over like 7,000 patients. I have a nutritionist that I talk to pretty much weekly. I have my general doctors that I've had for years. I never had a food addiction, and obviously my trials with my weight are not the same as everyone else's, much like hers are, but I'm not gonna go and make these sweeping generalizations to my 60,000 subscribers and pretend like I know what the fuck I'm talking about when I don't. And like that really bothers me, because I understand the plight of being a fat person. I'm still a fat person. I've been a bigger fat person. I understand what it's like to be judged, all of these things. But I would hope that maybe she could, I don't know, be a better representation of like, because there are people out there that are bigger and they do things and they work and they try to lead healthy lifestyles. Unfortunately for them, food is their kryptonite. And like, but that doesn't mean they're a food addict or they have like a binge eating disorder. Like, and if that was the case, then like I would hope that like people would go and see the correct medical professionals to get the correct help that they need. So like for my case, I wasn't a food addict. Like I never got a high from eating food. I just ate a lot, and food was my comfort because I was home alone a lot because I was a single child to a single mother who wasn't around that much. So like food was my comfort, right? So like I would eat cereal and watch TV. Like I ate so much cereal, I didn't want to go into all that. I just like to overeat. That was my thing. Like, when I went to the restaurants, I would get an appetizer, a pasta dinner or something, and a dessert. Or I'd get like a big steak dinner and like a dessert. Like, I always overate, and I overate for every meal. Like, I wasn't a food addict. Like, I didn't get a high from eating these certain kinds of food. Like, so I don't know. Like, it just kind of bothered me when she said that, because like, none of this is based in knowledge for her. This is just like what she reads on Tumblr, or like what her brain has convinced her to think of. I don't know. But it's just like, whatever. So in the next video or whatever, in the video, she's talking about her fast, right? She's like, I fasted for 10 hours, like, because she ate 3,000 calories in one meal.
It's 180 calories, and I'm gonna do some type of like fasting today. I've never really done it before, but we're gonna do it today because I've ate all my calories now.
Which alone is fucking crazy. Like, I was watching that and I was just like, holy shit. Like, you know, you're 500 pounds. You're 500 pounds. And you know, she claims to know what her weaknesses are and what her triggers are for like overeating and everything. So what does she choose to do? Go to the same fucking place where she overeats all the time and then drive through a Baskin Robbins.
1 second. You know what you want? Yeah, the 1 scoop of Jamocha. Okay.
I didn't even know there was a drive-through Baskin Robbins. Literally, I was watching that and I was just like, no wonder America's fucked. No wonder there's so many fat people out here, because we've got fucking drive-through ice cream. Like, we're not even making these people get out of cars to get ice cream anymore. Like, we can just drive through and get them. Like, I was just like, holy shit. Like, and so she chooses to go to a Mexican restaurant and eat all of her food, right? And so then she's complaining about how she's not gonna be able to eat for the rest of the night. So she dubs that fasting, which is not fasting.
10 of those hours that I fasted, I was awake. So I didn't eat for 10 hours. That's crazy. But, you know, every time that I felt like, oh my God, I'm gonna break the fast and stuff like that, I just ignored it. About 8 of those hours I was sleeping. So
that really bothered me. As someone who had a fast for 2 days before surgery, that was fasting. Eating nothing but sugar-free popsicles and water and Crystal Light for 48 hours. So I don't even want to know what she would have to do, if like how she would be able to hold on when it comes to something like that. But it's like, so you woke up at 3 p.m. and then by 6 o'clock you had eaten all your calories for that day. Like, in 4 hours, she ate 3,000 calories. Like, I don't understand what we're trying to accomplish. Like, I don't get it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I understand that it's hard. I get that it's not easy. I had weight loss surgery because, like, I understand that and I have some sympathy. But I don't buy the bullshit. Like, I'm not gonna give her every ass pat that she wants. Like, that's fucking stupid, and I think that's part of the problem. So it's just like, it's like, so you've eaten all your calories in 4 hours, and you're gonna be up all fucking night, and she knows this. So she goes to the movie, and she's already talking about how the binge monster is gonna come in the middle of the night, I guess. But so she's like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it, so I'm gonna call it a fast. I mean, if that's what she has to say in her little brain to get her fucking through the night, then so be it, I guess. But that's not a fast. And then she says, I think she even says, right, she's like, I fasted for 10 hours, and I was asleep for 8 of those. So you slept? So you went to bed? Like, I was just like, wait, I'm confused. Like, so you went to sleep like every other person does? Like, okay, or whatever. Alright, on to the next. So the other thing that's like really starting to get to me too is the whole binge monster thing. Like,
I'm hungry already. It's almost 9. We're waiting for our movies. We're in the parking lot right now. Okay, that person's probably looking at me like, what the hell? No, we're in the parking lot right now, and I'm having this feeling, I want to be honest with you guys, where I'm like, after the movie, I want to go to Steak and Shake because I know they'll be open at midnight. I want to swing by Walmart and get my normal binge food. It's not a good feeling, and it's like roaring up inside of me. The binge monster does visit no matter where I'm located.
I don't know anything about binge eating disorders. I'm not going to pretend to know anything about binge eating disorders, but I find it very convenient that we can create a fictitious character to place all of our blame on something when we don't do what we're supposed to do, especially something as vital as losing weight, right? Because she's at a state where she could end up dying. Like, that's the true tea, and I'm not trying to make this super dark or super negative or whatever, but like the true tea is that like to be 5'5" at 27 years old and over 500 pounds, like you're knocking on heaven's door. So like I think it's counterproductive to create an imaginary friend and say it's the binge eating monster's fault that I'm eating a whole bag of a family-sized bag of puffed Cheetos and then a Dove chocolate bar and then a pint of Ben & Jerry's. It's the binge monster. No, it's you. You're doing this. And if you have some kind of borderline personality disorder, then so fucking be it. But like, it's like, own it. Take some ownness in the actions, and what you're the one who's causing your mouth to come to your face and back and forth. Like, so let's take some ownness in our actions. Let's not like say that like let's not compartmentalize and like shift the blame onto like something that doesn't really exist. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I think the majority of the people, obviously, if you look at her like and dislike ratios, like obviously people are fucking over it. Like, they're just, like, over the bullshit. So it's just, like, I don't get it. Like, she should be studied. I mean, honestly, I honestly think that, like, there's someone out there that's in grad school who's trying to become a psychotherapist, and they should study this bitch and write a dissertation about her, because it's fascinating, it's riveting, it's dark, it's, like, it's pretty fucking, I understand why people watch it. I fucking watch it, because it's just, like, holy shit, like, what kind of crazy shit can this bitch say today? Or what kind of crazy shit is this bitch gonna eat today? And then she goes to Steak and Shake and you're like, holy shit. Like, and I don't know why I get surprised every time, but it's like, oh, I shouldn't be, right? Sorry if I keep looking over here. I like wrote some notes on my computer, so I'm like looking at my notes. The next thing I wanted to talk about was, oh yeah, she goes through this whole, like, in her newest video, she goes through this whole diatribe about, like, explaining why things get canceled. We know why things get canceled, Amberlynn. We're not that dumb. Your YouTube audience isn't that fucking stupid. And if they are, then that's fucking scary. Like, we understand why things get canceled because the ratings suck. You know? And things don't get canceled because there's bad Yelp reviews. I mean, there's plenty of restaurants out here that don't have the greatest Yelp reviews, but people still go. Things get canceled because people stop watching. So, like, I mean, you can be the most hated person and still be raking in those YouTube money. It's like, I mean, that's why people like Trisha Paytas and all those other people exist, right? Like, they're controversial figures. Like, you don't have to be liked to make money. Like, and I think that, like, honestly, if she really wanted to make some money, she should just own the troll and just fucking go full force. Like, she kind of does. She kind of goes there. It's like, she'll put these thumbnails out where she's looking like shit, she's looking real big, 500 pounds this, da-da-da-da-da, you know, all that stuff, all this clickbaity shit, right? But the problem I have is, like, she throws stones and then hides her hands. So, like, she'll make these thumbnails, and then she'll be surprised when people come in here and are like, well, fuck you, you know, you fat bitch, da-da-da-da-da. Well, I mean, what do you expect? Like, I don't think it's right, but, like, I don't know, like, are you that naive? Like, do you not know how the internet works? Like, everyone got an opinion. So it's like, I don't know what you would expect. Like, yes, there's going to be some people that are going to, like, handle you with kitty gloves, but the majority of the internet's not, because unfortunately on the internet you can be anonymous. So, I don't know what she expects. She then goes into this tirade about how she doesn't read comments, and then contradicts herself, like, mid-sentence. I mean, it's like Donald Trump, dude. It's like literal fake news. Like, she's like arguing herself in her own fucking sentences.
I'm experiencing that. I don't read the comments. Ever since I started this weight loss challenge, I haven't read a single comment. There's probably, when I say I haven't read a single comment, I'm talking maybe I've read 10.
Like, there's not even breaths or, like, anything. It's just, like, straight up contradictions. It's like, I don't read any of the comments. I haven't read one comment. I haven't read a comment. Well, actually, I've read, like, 10 or maybe 15. Like, like, bitch, just, like, say you read the comments. You know you read the comments. You ain't got nothing else to do all day but read the comments. I mean, bitch, you pretended to be Damon White and, like, infiltrate a Facebook group and a Discord chat and, like, gaslit the fuck out of a bunch of people. I know, because I was there. And, like, so let's not pretend like you don't do this. Like, this is what you do. This is why people go into the comments and are like, are you Amberlynn? Because, bitch, you've done this. You've pretended to be other people, multiple other, I think one time you pretended to be, like, Sunshine something one time. You, like, came in with Destiny. And, like, you do this because you don't have anything else to do all day. I know you like to pretend like you got a busy schedule because you gotta get out to your 2 restaurants a day. Otherwise, you'll fucking die or something. It's like if you say you don't believe in fairies, a fairy dies somewhere. So, like, you've gotta fucking, like, get to your fucking restaurants before the day ends because you'll turn into a werewolf at midnight or something. Or the binge monster really apparates and it's like, ah! So, I mean, let's just be real about it. Like, you've got nothing but time to read these comments, and you read these comments. That's why you're making this video. So then she goes into this whole thing about how she's not going to be sharing her story anymore for the reasons for losing weight, like, because she thinks everyone's being too negative. Well, the previous video, she literally said the reason she does this is for us. I don't know why. That doesn't make any sense to me. At 500 pounds, you should be wanting to do this because you want to do this. And you should be wanting to do this because you want to live. Not because you want to prove someone wrong. Like, that should all be to the side. Like, that should be, like, you know, there's, like, main quests. Like, your main quest should be that, like, you want to lose weight because you want to live. Your side quest, you want to be like, fuck you, bitch. Like, that should be your side quest. So, you shouldn't be, like, that shouldn't be your mindset. Your mindset should be, like, I'm going to lose this weight because I don't want to die at a young age. So, when she said that, I was just like, she's doomed to fail. Because, like, she's not doing this for the right reasons. She's doing this for the wrong reasons. I just... Like I said, like, sometimes I feel bad for her, but it's like, she's so far gone at this point that it's like, it's like Kanye West. I don't know, it's just like, what do you say? Like, do you feel bad for him? But, like, you don't feel bad for him because they're profiting from the system, so it's like, I don't know, like, do you call him out? Do you not call him out? Well, bitch, I'm gonna call you out. So I guess that's where I'm at, right? I just argued with myself right there, so maybe I'm a little crazy too. Then she goes on to this thing about how she needs to see a therapist and see a nutritionist. Holy shit. I mean, we've been saying this for fucking years. I mean, you can go back in her videos from fucking years ago and people will be like, you need to see a therapist. You need to see a nutritionist. Your thought process isn't healthy. Your reasonings aren't sound. But, like, she refuses. And so then she finally sees the doctor one time. It's like when she went to the dentist when she was 18 and she got her cavities filled, and then now she thinks she never needs to go to the dentist again because, like, teeth don't decay or they stay in one stable condition their entire life. Like, that's not how that works. So she saw a doctor one time. She'll never go back to the doctor. I'm going to put money down right now that she'll probably never go back to that doctor. I believe that she saw that doctor and that doctor was like, well, I'm not going to scare the shit out of this girl because I come in here hard and I hit her hard. She'll probably turn into a pound of mush or 500 pounds of mush, and then she'll never come back, and I'll probably, like, because she understands that, like, fat people can be insecure. So, like, I'm sure she's like, I'm not going to come here with the hard-hitting points and be like, you really need to lose this weight because da-da-da-da-da, because, like, she'll scare her off and she'll never come back. And the truth is that medicine in America is, like, you make money from it. So, like, you want people to come back. So, like, you need to build that reputation up before you can start being, like, super hard on your patient. Because, like, if you come out of the gate with that, they won't come back, therefore you'll miss money. So that's just how that works. So she's like, I need to see a therapist. I need to see a nutritionist. Yeah, you do. And you also need to not lie when you go and see them. Because I have a feeling that'll be a huge issue. I have a feeling you'll go to that therapist and see her for years and that therapist will never really know the truth. Because I think you'll lie the entire time. But, like, and also, didn't the doctor say that, like, I'm going to put you on this antidepressant, but you need to see a therapist? This was months ago. And you can, I mean, she knows how Yelp work, right? So, I mean, she obviously know how, I mean, you can find a psychiatrist, you can find a therapist on Yelp. I'm pretty sure there's therapists on Yelp. So, I mean, all you gotta do is type in therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, psychotherapy, and there you go. You got yourself some therapists, and she's a cash payer, by the way. She doesn't have health insurance, so she doesn't need to worry about seeing if they're in her zone or whatever it's fucking, in her fucking what's the fucking word? Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So, just call one up and see if they're be like, what's your price for an hour session of therapy? If it's within your price range, you just go. You don't need a referral. You don't need any of that shit. If you want to go, you can do it and you make it happen. That's what most adults do. That's what most of them do. If I need to see a dentist, I call up the dentist. I don't expect someone else to call up the dentist for me. If I need to get my fucking car into the auto shop, I call the auto shop and I make the appointment. I take it down there. I don't wait for them to call me. It's not their fucking job. It's my car. Like, you know, like, that just bothers me. So then she goes on this tirade and she, like, makes the audience feel bad for not buying her bullshit. And it's like, your average is your audience is not full of idiots, right? We're smarter than your average bear. So, like, after a while, you can only spit in the audience's face so much before they're just like, fuck it, we're done, and now it's on. Like, the game is on, and we're just gonna, like, let you know how we really feel. And I think that shows in her like and dislike thing. So I don't really feel bad for her that she's getting a ton of dislikes for her bullshit 10-day weight loss journey that's round 5. Like, people are just over it. And, like, unfortunate for you again, you've given us a plethora of videos that we can go back through and see this play out over and over again. So it's just like, people are done. They're over it. Like, it's just whatever. And then she goes on this thing about how she's trying to grow and she's here to educate people.
Trying to understand my disorder more and educate other people about it. And I'm just,
educate people on what? Like, what is it that you're trying to, like, educate people on? Because you have no kind of education. You don't know, your facts are not real facts. They're alternative facts. They're whatever helps bolster your story that you've created in your mind for your victimhood. Like, so I don't understand what you're trying to do. Like, you've done nothing. You've accomplished nothing other than maybe, I guess if you're going to do a thing about how to get 60,000 subscribers while doing jack shit, then, like, yeah, let me know. Like, you know, but, like, you haven't lost weight. You've only gained weight. When you lose 3 pounds in a day, it's not real weight. Like, you're going to gain it all back. We've seen this happen over and over again. But, like, I don't understand. Like, what are you trying to tell me? Enlighten me. What have you accomplished, Jillian Michaels? Because I'd be down to know. Like, I don't get it. Like, don't say that. Just don't say you're trying to educate people, and just say you're just like, I'm just doing this to do me. Like, I would have more respect for that. Anyway, the whole video in itself was just an excuse. Like, it's just another reason to give up, another excuse. Like, there's such a defeatist attitude in that house. I mean, Eric is, like, doing jack shit on disability checks, allegedly. I don't know if he's on disability checks or not. Like, I don't want to get sued, even though I don't think that would happen, but he allegedly is on disability checks and does nothing, and he walks around like Eeyore from fucking Winnie the Pooh. He has no personality and is just like, well, I guess I'm depressed, so I can't work. And then you got fucking Becky over there who's like Stockholm Syndrome, who, like, can't fucking figure out how to fucking survive and escape. I mean, it's like Elizabeth Smart in there. And you've got the Titan toddler over there stomping around, fucking eating everything in sight and demanding her girlfriend take her out to eat 3 times a day. Like, it's the whole house is just like I don't know, it's like a weird home for, like, one-offs. Like, it's weird, and they all give up so easily, and this is just another one of the excuses for Amberlynn to just fucking ride out. Like, it's just annoying. Towards the end of the video, she says, like, she's getting there. She's doing things her way.
This is part of my journey, honey, and I'm gonna do it my way.
Wrong. You shouldn't be doing anything your way, because all the ways you do things are wrong. Like, that's why you're in the state you're in. If I went to my surgeon and was like, so, I understand that this is how you want to do it, but I'm going to do things my way, he would have laughed me out the building and I would have never got surgery. He'd have been like, no, this is not how this works. You obviously don't know what you're doing. Otherwise, you wouldn't be this weight, right? Like, I don't get it. Like, if an Am baby is out there and they want to, like, prove to me, like, that I'm out of my fucking mind, like, do it. And then also, I want you to tell me, like, what it is about Amber that is actually inspirational. Like, what is it that she's accomplished other than existing that is truly inspirational? I want to know. I want to know. Oh, this is her real life, guys. Like, she's just showing us her real life. Well, your real life's fucking sad and pathetic.
And, you know, the sad thing is, this wasn't acting. This is my real life that's getting voted down on.
Like, and you go to Walmart every day. Why someone would need to go to Walmart every day is beyond me. You go out to eat multiple times a day. You sit in your bed and watch countless DVDs. I mean, it's sad. Like, there's nothing constructive. There's nothing happening. Like, I don't know. There's like so much they're so young. Like, I'm young. Like, I'm her same age. Like, was she 27, I think? I'm 28. I forgot how old I was for a second. But it's like, there's so much out there in the world that like is at our access, right? And like, if she wasn't spending all her money on her food and her shit that she buys at Walmart, she could do a ton of shit. But like, she doesn't do anything. Like, Eric could go to school, Becky could go to school, Amber could go to school. Like, they could all go to school. They could take online classes. Fuck Phoenix.com, bitch. Like, let's get into it. Like, just take, you know, even if you don't want to get a degree in something, you could just take some like random classes, like learning how to like some things about the economy, or like get certified in something, or like, that would be an amazing idea. How about you start going to school for like nutrition stuff, like get your nutritionist certification, so you actually know what it is, like the true tea about fucking food and like how it works, instead of using your weird logic that you use. Like, that would be a benefit. But like, instead they just like lead these mundane lives and they don't do anything. Like, I don't understand. And then at the end she just flips everything on her audience, and
Mainly just like, wow, maybe people don't want to see me better myself. I don't really know.
she's just like, oh, it's all your fault. Like, this is all I'm stopping this because it's all your fault. Like, I have no blame in this. Like, it's just, that shit's so tired, and it never works when a YouTuber does it. Every video I've seen where like a YouTuber's in the wrong and they don't own up to it, the audience turns, and then they're over it, you know? And then you'll never get that audience back. You'll have to go into hiding, you'll have to start a new channel or something. I don't know what you're gonna have to do. But like, it's not a good look. It's not a good look to blame your actions on other people, regardless if this is YouTube or not. Like, that's a life lesson right there. I mean, don't blame what you do on other people. Yes, it sucks, but guess what? You're in charge of your reactions, and you're in charge of your actions. So like, own up, grow up, and like, be better. Like, that's just how it is, right? So I don't know. I just find her to be incredibly like fake and false. And like, her whole narrative is just fake news. Like, that's who Amberlynn is. She is fake news. Because it's all her reality. It's not based in real reality. She's deluded. She changes things to fit her narrative all the time. And it's just, I think what it is it's audience fatigue. I just think that her audience is done trying to be there for her. And done trying to fight this fight for her, because she refuses to fight it herself. And the truth is that you can't make someone lose weight. They have to want to lose weight themselves. And I think that's like a tough lesson that a lot of us are learning, that like, no matter how much you may want it for someone else, they have to want it themselves. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't wish bad things on something, but I don't see it getting better. Because she's surrounded by a bunch of enablers and a bunch of people that aren't willing to put their fucking foot down and say no more. So, and she's unfortunately in a place where like, she doesn't really need to rely on anyone for anything yet, other than rides to Walmart and to Steak and Shake. So, because she gets money from YouTube, so she gets enough to sustain herself. And she lives in Kentucky, which is like, the cost of living is so low there. So, you know, like, she could probably make it on her own until she got to a point where, like, she can't even, like, wheel herself into the computer room or something. Oh, that's right. She doesn't even use a computer to do her shit. It's, like, the most half-assed videos ever existed, so she doesn't even edit them. Whatever. I don't know. This is my reaction to, like, everything, this whole food challenge or whatever. A lot of people have been asking for it. Doing the reaction videos are just, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. Like, maybe in the future, maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you liked what I said, then give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I love subscribers. I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers. I'll need to do like some kind of Q&A, or I don't know, what do YouTubers do? Like, I don't know. I don't have any social media for this account, so I may have to make like a Twitter or something just for this, so that like people can tweet me some questions or something. Or maybe I can make a video and just be like, yo, leave me some questions in the bottom and I'll answer them. But yeah, so like, subscribe. I hope you all are having a blessed day. Until next time, toodles.